was once a spunky squirrel named Sylvia. Sylvia had a best friend, a reserved robin named Ruby. Sylvia and Ruby did everything together. They played hide-and-go-seek, they climbed the trees, they swam in the creek. All the other robins played with robins, and the squirrel played with squirrels. They would laugh at the sight of Sylvia and Ruby. "A squirrel and a robin cannot be friends," they teased. But Sylvia and Ruby didn't care. They were best friends, and no one could change that. Nothing could keep them apart. Well, except one thing: winter. It was on a cold and windy day at the end of fall when Ruby came to tell the sad news to Sylvia. "My family and I have to leave for the winter," she said. "We have to fly south because of the warmer temperatures." "But what about us?" Sylvia replied. "I can't be away from you for that long." "It will be okay, my friend," Ruby assured Sylvia. "When you look at my nest, remember that we will always be friends, and that after the winter I promise I will return. When you see the signs of spring, know that I will be soon to follow." After this, Sylvia gave Ruby a hug and watched as she flew off into the sky until she disappeared. With Ruby gone, the winter time seemed to drag on forever. Even though Sylvia had other friends, no one could replace her friend Ruby. Sylvia was always pestering her mother, asking, "When will Ruby be home? When will Ruby be home?" "Be patient, my dear," her mother replied. "Springtime will come." One day, while climbing around on a tree, Sylvia became especially lonely. Then at once she stumbled across Ruby's nest and remembered her promise. "After winter, I promise I will return. When you see the signs of springtime, know that I will be soon to follow." Sylvia felt much better after remembering Ruby's words. Throughout the rest of the wintertime, whenever she was lonely, Sylvia would look to Ruby's nest and imagine her friend's homecoming. After the long winter, signs of spring started to emerge. The grass started to turn green. The flowers started to bloom. The ice in the stream melted. The birds started singing. Sylvia waited patiently. One day she asked her mother, "I see the signs of springtime, but when will Ruby come home?" Her mother smiled and looked up. Sylvia heard a familiar voice from behind her. "Hello, my friend," Ruby said.